Last night's GOP presidential debate may have been one of the worst debates I have ever witnessed. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time that we talk about a post-mortem of last night's GOP presidential debate. Because everyone, I think we can all agree, if you watched the debate, you could agree with this. If you didn't watch the debate, go watch the debate. And I actually have a stream of it up. Go watch it. But let's just be real with ourselves. That was arguably the worst debate I have ever witnessed. Nothing positive came from it. The moderators were awful. They were pandering. It's like, is this a Democrat debate? Why is this on Fox Business? You had really bad answers. The candidates sucked. The questions were awful. There were some funny moments, but my God. It was a chaotic debate, but very boring at the same time. I'll never gain those 2 hours of my life back again. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you could join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody, and again, let me be 100% clear. There were some good moments in the debate, but they were so far and few, it's like, the debate was bad. This is why Trump is up by 50, and this is why we would be screwed without Donald Trump. Because some of these answers, these people seriously think it's 1980, or 1990, or early 2000. I'm not kidding. So, again, we'll get to the winners and losers of the debate at the end, but we're going to talk about some of the key moments of the debate, and CBS actually has a good article that goes over some of the best, or I guess you could say the most notable moments. There were a couple other ones, but I would say overall these are the ones that really matter the most. So the first one, of course, is DeSantis. He says Trump is quote-unquote missing in action for skipping the debate. You know, why would Trump show up? This vindicated why he was smart in avoiding the debate. If he would have showed up, they would have just dogpiled him with garbage. And plus, he's up by 50. So it's like he has more to lose than to gain. So if he was up by only 10, he would show up. But he's up by so much. Why would he risk it debating a bunch of morons? Why? So this entire thing about, well, Trump didn't show up. He's up by 50 or 60. There's no reason for him to show up. And in my opinion, he did something more important. He did a rally with union workers in Michigan. I think that is far more critical than this debate. I think it is. Doing a rally with union workers that have traditionally been Democrat is going to do more to help Trump than this debate. Because we all know Trump's going to win the nomination. What's the freaking point? He's up by 50. So, DeSantis had a really very questionable night. At the end of the video, we'll go over who won and lost, but some good stuff, some bad stuff. And one of the bad stuff was he essentially blamed Trump for the inflation crisis, or part of it. Are you freaking kidding me right now? You're blaming Trump? And already, Team Biden is using that clip as ammo against Trump. That, well, Trump spent $7 trillion to the national debt, even though most of that $7 trillion came in 2020, when Congress voted 99.9% in favor of the stimulus packages. It's true. So even if Trump vetoed it, it would have been added to the debt anyways. So this whole point is void, but it's like, you look at when the inflation started, it started after Biden started to gut American energy and started to pass garbage like his stimulus package, which did in fact increase inflation, because at that time, America was really starting to open up. There wasn't a need for that big of a stimulus package. When Trump signed it, it made sense. Again, I do criticize Trump for increasing spending. He should have been able to cut spending a bit more than he did. Right? But he didn't. Which, fine, that is a fair critique, but saying that that caused the inflation crisis, or part of it, and DeSantis on Twitter, now they're attacking the tax cuts from 2017. It's like, are you kidding me right now? Again, DeSantis, all he said was, because he didn't cut spending, that caused part of the inflation. Not because the tax cuts. It's just like, some of these people, I don't know. They're just Democrats at this point, who knows? But, yeah, this was a part of the debate where I realized, okay, it's going to be one of these nights, isn't it? We're going to blame Trump for inflation? I think he'll do more to help Biden than anything, because he's just going to use this as, see? Even Republicans, they think Trump caused it, not me. Unbelievable. Now, Christie also existed. I don't know why he's running, but he had arguably the worst answer of anything last night when it came to immigration. And he was, let's be real, outside of the duck stuff, which we'll get to, the actual policy answers were pathetic. I mean, you look at what he said about immigration. He said, well, we need more immigration because there's vacant jobs here. Wait, why are we focused on making sure those jobs are hired by Americans? Why are we focused on importing foreign labor? It's just like, what are you talking about? And of course, he blamed Trump for the border wall. Even though Trump did rebuild and build most of the wall like he promised. There was a graph by, I believe it was ICE, or it was, I forgot which department it was, that had a map of the border and what was constructed and rebuilt. Because, like Trump said, yes, they only added like 100 miles of border wall they built. But there were parts where it's just, they rebuilt it because it was just like a plaque of wood in the middle of the desert. That was considered the border wall before Trump. You know, it's like, that should count, obviously. Like, he rebuilt and modernized the wall. You know, it's like this garbage that, well, Trump didn't build the wall. He did. And he did make Mexico pay for it through tariffs and forcing them to help protect the border when he was in office. So Christie had another bad night again. He's just deranged. This guy has just lost it completely. It's like, you're only running because Trump bad. You're only running because he didn't give you a job. That's what this is about. Now, Ramaswamy, he got dogpiled on again over his business record in China. You know, again, he does have some good questions to answer about, hey, why are some of your businesses in China? But some of these people on this debate stage, you cannot be... Some of them are just claiming that, you know, oh, he's actually in bed with, like, Hunter Biden and whatnot. What? And then Haley said, well, you only got rid of the company because he ran for president, even though his first company in China, which, again, he closed. Or at least he moved it. They said, well, he did it only before he ran. That's why he did it. Even though he did it 6 years beforehand. It's like, yeah, you could criticize Ramaswamy for his past record with, like, the World Economic Forum in China, fine. But to say that, oh, there's no way he's actually not, like, he's secretly working with the CCP, and it's like, that's influencing his decisions, like, what? Some of these people, I don't know. I don't know if they're mentally right, or are they just delusional? I don't freaking know. But yeah, they dogpiled Ramaswamy over that the entire night. It was a waste of time. Again, it's a valid question, but some of the responses by the candidates about what Ramaswamy is secretly doing, yeah, no. Just, no. And of course, we had a question about Ukraine. Once again, this entire answer proves why Trump is up by 50, 60, possibly 7, even leading Trump, or I should say leading Biden nationally. Ukraine. He's, so far, one of the only Republicans saying, this war's got to end, it doesn't matter, the killing needs to stop. And well, only 2 of the 7 Republicans gave a good answer. They did. DeSantis and Ramaswamy. DeSantis said, we got to end the war. Tell Europe, hey, this is a European issue. Why aren't you doing more about it? And Ramaswamy said, hey, let's end this war. Let's work on a deal with Russia and Ukraine, be the negotiators of a peace deal to end the killing, and work with Russia from not moving closer to China. And then Nikki Haley is saying, well, you know, this is a win for China secretly. You know, it's like, you like Russia. You don't gotta like Russia to understand this war is garbage. Like, I'm not a fan of Russia, but I'm not a fan of Ukraine either. It doesn't matter. Hundreds of thousands of people are dying. And you're just so worried about continuing the war? What? And then Christie said, well, if we give them any of Ukraine, next will be Poland. They're not invading Poland. An invasion of Poland would start World War III, because they're part of NATO. So I don't think they're going to be that dumb to do that. If you really think they could barely take on Ukraine, and again, I understand that the strategy of like, oh, well, they're just trying to wear out Ukraine. Fine, make that argument. Somehow Russia would then invade Poland if they're struggling so badly? No, they wouldn't. But this war should end. It doesn't matter. The war needs to end as soon as possible. And then Nikki Haley, I would say it was arguably I can't say that. I can't say that word on YouTube because it is insulting, but she was, you know what. Especially to Ramaswamy. I feel a little bit dumber after listening to you. No, America feels dumber listening to Haley. Ramaswamy is articulating good policy positions, just he does have valid questions to answer. You just want World War III. That's what this is about. So, you want to call somebody dumb? Look in the mirror. I mean, what are you freaking doing about, oh, well, you see, we're just going to give China what they want, and like China's secretly pulling the strings and that the Chinese are going to invade Taiwan. It's like, yeah, there's a possibility, but just because, say, Ukraine and Russia comes to a peace deal, that doesn't mean that they're going to invade Taiwan. They're probably going to anyways, but we got to stop it. But Ukraine has nothing to do with it. So these people are just idiots. They think it's the Cold War. They think it's early 2000s. Yeah, people want more war. No! People want less. They don't want conflicts. They don't want war. But people like Haley, they want more. But overall, the debate was absolutely awful. The moderators were garbage. I mean, you had that one lady that I think she's a Democrat. There was a British guy on there. It's like, what the hell is this? What was that debate? But all right, let's go over the winners and losers. Let's go in order. Ron DeSantis didn't have the worst debate performance in the world, but I would argue he's the biggest loser. He needed a great performance. He did. He needed basically a perfect one to have any shot of winning. He had an okay one. Good response on stuff like Ukraine. Awful attack on Trump when it came to spending. You could have said anything different. You could have said, well, Trump promised to cut spending, but even before COVID, he didn't. Fine. You could make that argument. That's one thing. But to include a bunch of trillions of dollars from COVID and to secretly say that Trump is causing the inflation crisis or indirectly? No, that's not going to win you any support. And Biden's going to use that next year. It's dumb. So I think DeSantis, I'm sorry, dude, but that was awful. Comparatively, again, it wasn't the worst debate performance, but I would argue in the grand scheme of things, he was the biggest loser. Christie, awful. Just terrible. The Donald Duck stuff was lame. It was cringe. It reminds me of some stuff that happened in 2016 during the presidential debates. I mean, it's just so blatantly, like, garbage. It's set up. It's like, why? Just why? Doug Burgum, on the other hand, I would say he was a winner. I think he was the winner of the debate overall. There were some question marks here and there about, like, abortion and stuff related to LGBT in Ukraine, right? He had some iffy marks. But my freaking God, this guy articulates a perfect position on how to do a small government. Not just, we need a small government. How? Small government. He articulated great positions on how and explaining another policy position about healthcare. Like he said, yeah, healthcare increased by a lot after we gave them a bunch of subsidies. Maybe we should look at that. It's different perspectives on policies that I never even thought of. Yeah, subsidies probably did have an impact on rising healthcare costs. I think he had overall a solid debate. Nikki Haley, awful. She came off as a you-know-what. Not going to say it here, but she did. Mike Pence, bad. Bad. Tim Scott, either boring or insufferable. Nothing in between. Vivek Ramaswamy, okay. He had an okay performance, shaky on the China stuff, but really good policy positions on mental health and Ukraine. Just saying, look, this war got to end. We got to negotiate a peace deal with both sides to end the killing. And that, folks, was the post-mortem. Again, I haven't recovered from that debate. It was terrible. And I think overall, Burgum Ramaswamy won. Just because everybody was so bad that Burgum, answering policy positions was just enough to prove that, hey, he won. Yay. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.